So I've had some time to think about the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and it goes essentially the same things that I've been saying for a long time, and that is on the left, the leftist ideology and the essence of where that ideology comes from, that's German idealism, is an attack on reason itself. So, of course, we're talking about individuals, so maybe it's not fair to say the left as in everybody on the left, but to various degrees on the left, everybody in various degrees, some more than others on the left, are devoid of reasoning, and they are compelled to attack reason itself because of the absence of reasoning within themselves. What happened with Charlie Kirk is obvious. Okay, Charlie Kirk was a man who wanted to have an open discussion, which is something that I would want to have as well. I don't agree with everything that he says, and at points of disagreement, if I was face to face with Charlie, I would have disagreed, and I would have put forth my reasons about why I disagreed, and we would have had an argument, and it would have evolved into a philosophic argument, which is fine, which is great, because to the observer, they learned something from this. The left, oftentimes, a lot of the younger people, the college students on the left, they'll try to debate, and you've seen videos of this where they try to debate and they just don't know anything, which is common with younger people. Younger people, they get these platitudes and slogans because they've been taught by so-called authorities, and they repeat them because they sound good. But when you look at it deeper than that, they don't know anything, okay? And I'm not talking down to young people. It's just, it takes a certain amount of effort, and a lot of times it does take time to learn something, but you could still be young and be very knowledgeable. You have to read a lot of books, and you have to talk to people, and you have to think. You have to use your reasoning faculty. Then you start to build knowledge, and knowledge gets built on top of it, and you become more and more abstract over time. If you use your mind, there's a lot of older people that don't do that. Their minds just sort of shut off, and they sit in front of a screen or a television. But what happens is, on the left, because they're devoid of reasoning, their lives don't work very well, okay? And I've said it many, many times that human beings are meant to think. They're meant to change their environments. And if you're not effective in doing that, you're going to be a very angry person, okay? You're going to be very angry. You're going to feel completely ineffectual. You're going to get very frustrated. You're going to feel anger, bitterness, despair, and that's going to be your emotional background. That's your disjointed thought process that the left has in many cases. And you're going to be compelled to, since you can't reason, since you can't interface with people in a peaceful way, reasoning is the peaceful way to dealing with people, you're going to become more aggressive. You're going to become violent. The violence is an expression of frustration. It's an expression of ineffectiveness. And that's what happened. This person, we don't know exactly who did it yet. There's some suspects, there's some evidence about maybe this person's Antifa, maybe it's a trans person, which wouldn't be surprising because that's the profile of people who do these kind of things. But this, regardless, this is a person that doesn't know how to think, doesn't know how to be effective, that doesn't know themselves very well, and can't get what they want. And so the only way they could see, a path forward is essentially it's suicidal in essence. It's like a death cult. It's going in the direction of non-living because they're just not able to put thoughts together in a way to be effective. So that is the profile of the person who assassinated Charlie Kirk. And our system is creating these people because I think, in my opinion, I think part of it's because the educated elite actually believes some of this, but also in part because they want people to be ineffective so they're easier to control. Unfortunately, what's happening is you're getting a breakdown of of our system as a result of this, and it's going to get worse and worse. A lot of people on the right need to also look at this logically, like I just did. Identify the essence of what the problem is. It's people who are not, their minds aren't working properly, which I think most people on the right understand. But further, the solution is you've got to be able to think effectively. You have to be an effective person so that you don't end up so messed up that you become the type of person who shoots other people up because you're not able to reason or disagree properly, or able to amend your thought process to correspond with reality. So, people on the right, you need to understand that, and people on the right too, they need to learn how to think. And that's the issue. People need to learn how to think for themselves and do it properly.